V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now you know I'm ABCs. I didn't hear you say the rest of them. Whatever. Go ahead. No, you don't get to. You don't get to hear me say the alphabet song again. Okay, that was a joke. But anyways, hey guys. I didn't have a cornier joke than that, obviously. So we'll get straight into it. In psychology, there is a I'm gonna put this because I don't research anything, even if I actually do. The curse is I research too much instead of not enough. But how can you too much to do with research? Trust me, you don't want to know. You don't want to know. But in psychology, according to some certain social connection idea, there is a 150 friends, social connections thing where at any given moment, a human individual can pay attention to 150 people of any connection socially at a time. And I bork this and I say things like, well, what if I'm the kind of person who wants more than 100? Because they can actually measure that. I heard that too. Oh, you think that 150 is a stretch? Dude, imagine measuring or had that for actual logical reason. The kind of person that I am, though, who will stretch that and make it look like it's way over. And by the way, this stream is going to be 35 minutes, even without the other topic if I include it in. The one for foremost, not the last one. That I did a video on already. But is that the reason that 150 friends is a thing, 150 social connections, my bad. Don't need to break that obviously easily. Is that it's the people you can pay attention to at any given moment, from the subconscious included. It's like everyone you think about when you've already talked to them, so strangers, associates, and then everyone closer to you and not so close to you, and then close enough to you and not so close to you. Anyone in that social dynamic environment, not even literally the ones in a philosophical manner, but just in psychological sake, the ones are included in that social environment. If you're included with it, good for you. But was that personal? But 150 as maybe a stretch or a minimum. But then you have crazies like me who are like, oh, just go with the flow. Have like a bunch of have literally like the idea of like when you can say people on the spectrum are like, oh, friends with everybody, but maybe not so much that. There's a reason I stopped associating too much with autism things over time, because it's like you really do define yourself, and even if there are things that you can't escape from, like your own shadow work and your acceptance and all that, self-acceptance, you do not want to be someone who assumes that their feats and their genetics and their makings and their foundations and even how they grew up makes who they are. So when I joke about things like the 150,000 thing versus 150, I'm not saying I don't know how to make the most of the people I'm with. 10 friends max most is like whatever else happens. Oh, by the way, there's glitches in this stream. I'm sorry. I'm just working this out. The 1080p webcam and the mic and whatever stream this is. But don't need an encoder if you use a webcam. No, just Twitch. But no, for games at least, and my PlayStation stuff. But that's where that joke comes from. It's more. It could be a bit of a cope. It's more like I don't know how to identify. There was a bit of an ordeal where I would even measure up to 50 or 150 people if I can remember them, which I would anyways. Of what that matters to me if I actually cared about having that many friends or connections socially. So when I say social connections, I don't mean that be less than personal, but not even in an offensive way or not. But that's where that comes from. 150,000 people plus versus 150. That was quick. Oh no, we only got like 2 or 3 more topics out of the rest. We can do a recap on the context and redemption context of redemption. So I did a video earlier ahead of time to cover that one up, and that was more of covering the idea that you don't need to have a message communicated if you want to be useful. And it's like, what's the point of a message being communicated if you don't want to be understood? And I got into that 6-minute video about how well, you could just actually have an impact and influence that still matters to people in a way that they might see coming, and that doesn't have to be seen that way anyways. But there's things that this works with. It's like when you communicate anything or everything. Actually, when I said that in that one short, even if you were communicating nothing, you're still having an impact or an influence that you don't even understand yourself, if even that statistic or understanding or perspective or individual level. We'll be a 20-minute stream instead, but we can still go for 35. We can push, but if we do an AMA, by the way, I'll try to consider that, or do other things, cool things, maybe meditate, but we won't push past 35 if you understand. Like I won't push past 35 for any better reason than to just get the stream uploaded to the VOD and for everyone else's convenience sake, and then going from there. As we literally only have like 30 minutes left now, so I might want to meditate soon and then go to the next topic. So we'll meditate for 1 minute straight. This will clear my head a little bit. Just Born a Champion is a movie made in 2019, and I think so. It's like I would simp so hard for Born a Champion. I would literally be like, man, if only I could just get to the red box machine and get that thing out of there already, with the rentals, whatever. Before I even start using my Kindle again, which still surprisingly works for all the rest of these. We'll cover the rest of this for this other topic. But when Born a Champion came out, I literally wanted to watch the movie. I was like, no, Brazilian freaking he be dead according. Okay, I don't have to spoil that, but he might actually be like but he's like spoilers. He actually resembles a lot of the traits that I started to embody myself as a budding from kid to man kind of person. Now I was actually more like a never really wanted to bias too hard on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as far as like, oh, I can be better than that. I can improvise my own not commentary. Oh, capoeira. Yeah, that's the one. Capoeira. I would always talk about capoeira and like I can be better at capoeira than I would have been in jiu-jitsu. No, it's not that it's not so much, oh, even the popular things can be learned from. It's literally all on the same level. It's like there's nothing higher or lower in insight or invigorating example. It's like, no, you literally they're just like so. But yeah, Born Champion. They had that V out for what literally like 5 years now, 4. And I didn't watch it the entire time until like literally like 2 months ago. Plot twist. I didn't finish the movie. Whoa, you're gonna do a movie without finishing a movie? What kind of person are you, Otto? Tony. It's like I did not finish the movie. I watched 15 minutes of a movie I already really liked and then stopped on the rental. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. That's why we got this coupled in with none other than the Cat in the Hat. Now, I had a childhood friend who really liked Cat in the Hat, and I also watched the movie playing a handful of times myself in my own childhood. That movie, I won't lie and say it was easy to finish in one go, but it was still very much able to get me out of my own comfort zone by making me comfortable, getting me out of the comfort zone by making me comfortable in a way that literally, the shows that I always adored as a kid, Jimmy Neutron, regular show, ABC's Resurrection to an extent, video games like Dead Blob, Mema Huntress, Cave Story, and then going forwards with movies like Shankers 9, and for some reason Over the Hedge, and then other ones, and then the ones I identify with. A lot of the fictional stuff I like, even the Millie Rules Try Matter, and the ones within anime and Wonder Witch Elena, Hyuga. You guys know a lot of my fictional likes and tastes. But when something can actually get me out of my own butt and start to actually just enjoy life for once, that can be learnable in itself, as what Bugs Bunny would say in the live action Looney Tunes, one of them. When you go to the movies, you probably should learn something. And it's like, but what better lesson would you learn than realizing that I couldn't even finish a movie that I actually really liked, and then still finish another movie that I didn't have to hate. And it's like, but I thoroughly did enjoy Cat in the Hat. Like I will probably re-rent Born a Champion if I have a chance, but it's like it becomes its own thing when you know how to not like cap on the things you actually enjoy, and then still enjoy other things. But oh my gosh, we still had to push for the last 15 minutes or 25 minutes. If I at 25 at the most, I will not waste it. I won't even like cut this short. I won't. Made a promise. But and that at least leaves enough room for the AMA and other stuff and the meditating again thing going. Oh, I would like the Empires for this. And then enable my alt chat real quick. Good. Okay, let me just put like a few footnotes. I'm gonna mute for this part, but we'll be fine. Actually, though, I didn't even mention what was in those films. So, like, in Born a Champion, literally the boxer meets a woman on the plane, supposedly the lover, and then it's like very even right before that is the prologue where they introduce how he's able to fight with Billy Joe and Jiu-Jitsu, and how he's able to like even how he thinks to an extent, all this other good stuff. Too deep with the deep stuff. You never want to be too complicated with the complicated stuff. Can't double wink with that. That's just blinking. But then he meets some women, and then he goes to the conference in India, and then he talks to the children, the students there, the conference C, and then I stopped right there in 15 minutes. Like why? But like it's I probably would enjoy the movie if I didn't take it too seriously. Like I already knew I was gonna like it, and that was probably my downfall. Is like liking the movie so much that I had too many high expectations for how I was gonna enjoy it, and looking ahead and doing like crap. Even if you know what the experience is gonna be like, you shouldn't have to be. It shouldn't have to be like that. That's kind of why finishing Cat in the Hat one more time got me out of my comfort zone in a good way, because I did not have to worry about making the most of describing a movie like that in my own words. I mean, you always seem like these kind of like a being impressed by things like the slid in adult humor and all the good stuff, and then just the suspension. What people and I'm going to mention Hot Diggity Demon for like 2 seconds, not to even complain about him like everyone else, but Hot Diggity Demon one time did a Powerpuff Girls reboot review, and I did not like too much what he had to say about his reasoning for why it was not for some aspects of the reboot being bad. Now, I started to really be like, wait a minute, this guy with the resourceful animation skills and the very good comedic ways has a take his his um his principal take on the example he's using, which is Powerpuff Girls reboot, is something that I don't like in itself. So like I'll explain that. So like in relation to what I'm talking about right now, I don't like the idea that you can use the quote, "We don't use these things for a reality, we use it for escape from reality." I don't like that quote, and Hot Diggity Demon's videos, especially that one, is kind of why. It's like I don't like the idea that you and this is gonna get really interesting for like 5 more minutes. I don't like the idea that you say people will say things like, "We don't want an escape from reality to face reality. We want to escape from reality in itself." It's like, what about the people who don't want to watch Lucky Star and Hyuka to have a slice of life? Why are they actually looking for a life? And it's not that's not that, oh, is it because you don't have a life in general? No, not necessarily. Not even that. Not even close. Imagine, because we get into these, you can use an ageism perspective of this, ageism being prejudiced or insightful or not. But we, as my understanding of ageism being, ageism can be any age, not just the elders and golden years, like any age being discriminated. younger, same age, older, you name it. But when you can say something like, "Oh, why would you have scenes in school if you don't even have the ones that are actually good for enough of a attention span and entertainment wise thing?" And maybe it's such a belief, or even a escape from reality, all the same. It's because not everyone's literally looking for those things. There's a reason why I stopped using the word generalization, or even I used to think that generalization was primarily a good thing, not so much anymore. After seeing things like this happen with the Hot Diddy Demon, and what I'm understanding with my get off my own butt, not just high horse, but get off my own butt for like the things I do. That's what makes it easy for you to understand. Is that yes, I'm gonna use the turkey greaser to extract things that don't make sense in life, not necessarily for results from the turkey, the roll on camera results maybe. Keep your hashtag not too much, but to actually extract things from life that I don't even have to make the most of, and I still make them better. Thank you for topping this live stream. I mentioned the vlog clip for ahead of time, the other video. So that's what kind of disturbs me about that. Is like when people say, and this is going to be relevant to the last couple talks, by the way, but that why would you not look for escape from reality? Everyone knows what the slice of life is really like. Not necessarily, and they can still have again a life while still exploring that. There's a way that it happens. It's like I'm not lying about that. I really am not. If I was, I wouldn't try to keep on a live stream, even if it's really possible for anyone else or me, because we all got that. We all got that evil bone. We all got that heart. But um, there are people who are more stimulated from boredom and trying new things and being themselves and being someone who does not have to care about what people think of them. And again, being bored and being stimulated by boredom, then entertainment will ever overstimulate. Because actually, entertainment being overstimulating, yeah, we go there. We go there. It happens. People who don't want to have entertainment because it's their lives are so entertaining that more entertainment is not the solution to their problems. And then where he's like, "But I'm bored all the time. Take me in your place instead, Prince and Popper." Maybe, maybe you ever. Well, this is I shouldn't have to say that other racist thing I said like a few videos ago, but did I ever? I don't know, but where you just basically you always want the opposite way you have, especially if what you have is something that you're very grateful for, and you know why the other thing would have been worth it anyways. It's you gotta keep going with it. I'm sorry, but you just gotta keep going with it. It's Hot Diggity Demon may be popular or unpopular opinion about these things. You might have to wonder like, why would I watch Ken Hansen Born Champion? Why would I not like want to be like someone who communicates a message that can be understood? Why would I meditate for 2 minutes in a stream that needs a bit more attention grabbing than it warrant? We're going for this on another 17 minutes. We'll make it count. Stuff like that. It can be very frustrating to not like actually know what to really guide your life with if you actually know what you're doing and you still get surprised by it, by what you're actually going through. It's like a very convincing belief of that. I'm throwing ideas off the wall right now. I'm not trying to force too much of this, but I don't want to be too strict on myself with all the a lot of stuff anymore. Like sometimes I will have to be, but I can't force too much of this anymore. I worked way too hard for a long time, contrary to belief, and I probably never even considered it for a moment why I was actually trying to be compared to why I really was, and accepting myself while still changing, all the like. So I went kind of dry on topics on purpose. I didn't want to have too many ahead of time, even covering one of them in the VOD ahead of time. But wow, this has been a hell of a peaceful morning. Uh, Still is for me. I didn't. And I did have a ring light in the other video. I did have a ring light. I did. It was the reason why half my face wasn't even as lit, but it was still lit enough. And that thumbnail, the Ologen, there were like 3 good Ologens that 24-minute video, but I just couldn't cap on that. And then usually what I'm doing right now is not uncommon. People literally will cover like topics for like half an hour or an hour, and then talk the rest of the time. This is not uncommon. I'm not the only one who's done this before, and I don't even say that in a controversial compared to what I've made videos about before. But no, seriously, 15 more minutes. We got this. I'll have to end it even if something happens. I'll have to end it even if something else happens. But um, just in respect to everything else. But oh, there was one other thing I was gonna try time. I was gonna draw a picture. Gotta doodle it though because I don't have a when use the Wacom tablet or even my other claymation stuff. Oh, if you imagine I would do claymation, let's show this. Or maybe don't show that right away. It's a tease. Something else. Not even on the same page. Sorry, gotta not show that right away. It's a secret. It's for something. It's the Deep Talk's first one episode. Okay, whatever. Not afraid ducks in this pen. If you see it. What if I write a script? I can do that. See me work natural. Finally, it's casual again. I meant to make a video like this before, so. I'm writing a script that I haven't had in my head for a while. Okay. And when I'm done reading the script, I'll read it to you guys, and maybe I'll be in the video, the stream. No. Okay. Well, you're gonna love this, guys. I'm gonna even voice act it a little bit, and do a little voice acting for it. And do a storyboard illustration thing. This sounds a little bit like that. There's a reason. Jesus. We got time. I'll make this last in 10 minutes. Smitten. I'll read it right now, real quickly, for smitten. Parcel, logical, emotional, and moral, and sentimental. Parcel, no! That's Angus. Parcel. Just maintain the portal. I'll buy both of you guys time. Parcel, please. That's Angus again. And a faint blue gold coin cord touching Parcel and also connecting him to spin. And what I'm supposed to say is just connecting, not touching. Concise. But let me get this. Warps to and looks feebly worn out. What formerly was the gently magical. I'll just put in quotations. Interviews. What formerly was. Really successful. Don't you guys enjoy just seeing me work a lot, showing context of this rendition? I went there. No. Fully successful. That had his own fully successful. We'll just call it spiritual. Well, now has the emotional step in a blitz of glitches and other errors. Angus and Sword. You have. Don't worry, we got 7 minutes. Like I get this. You have now been disqualified. Achievement that is passing. Spirit. and whispers. I got 5 minutes. We'll squeeze it in a second. Whispers to what's the I'll squeeze it in. I'm making this look like a little suspicious. Smitten. That'll work. Okay, we got 3 minutes to squeeze this last part. This 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay, we got this. We got this. Spin. Parcel. Logical, emotional, moral, and sentimental. Parcel, no. Just maintain the portal. I'll buy both of you guys time. Parcel, please. A faint blue glowing cord touching Parcel and also connecting him to Spin suddenly warps to And. And looks feebly worn out but maintains a bold frame. Next to And, what formerly was the digitally magical interface that had his own fully successful spirit trial, now has the emotional stat in a blitz of glitches and other errors. And Parcel's ... Spin ... And sword. You have now been disqualified from your previous achievement, that is passing your own spirit trial. Angus says, screw your Spin. How's that for logic? Spin, your fate will be, and whispers towards Spin. Spin, question mark. And, hey Parcel, what's the trial of spirits? Parcel, logical, emotional, moral, sentimental. Why? And, hey Spin, yeah, by the tether cord thing that was doing the spiritual stuff. And we're done. Take care, guys. That was 35 minutes of talking about what was originally going to be, but still is, context and rendition. Why having a message doesn't have to matter if you communicate it, whether or not, how that connects to other things in beautiful ways. The 150,000 friend meme versus 150,000 social connections in any psychological environment, social connections. Born a champion and for only 15 minutes versus Cat in the Hat for the rest of the movie one more time. Being finished either way, explain those things, even mentioning Hot Diggity Demon, some other things, meditating for 2 minutes, and then finally doing the script thing for the Project Terra series, which is from one of the earlier Hitting with a Bang prologues. Take care, guys. I love all of you, especially all of you.